Hey guys, Tyrip here, bringing you a 1v1 today. We are on Vilshanka. Playing for today, spawning on the right, we have Gena. Very unusual wiring system here. Playing as Ostheer, who has elite troops, defensive and mechanized assault. From the left we have Treadz playing as US forces, immediately going for Airborne and going for a very early wire off here. Came out like straight away with the rear echelon into the center to wire off this cover. So interesting capping order overall. Now they're back capping up the fuel. Treadz really staking his claim in the center of the map. In terms of rankings, Treadz in the mid 40s, Gena around rank 60. Pretty slow start to this one. He's taking it easy. Does have the pathfinders coming through, so this doesn't want to get aggressive until he has the long line of sight from the pathfinders. Good at avoiding the MG42. So far, it's been camped down the bottom, but coming more into the middle now. Pathfinders behind heavy cover. Rifleman early on the retreat there. Second Grenadier coming in from the north. MG setting up long range. It does see it back there though, with that Pathfinder line of sight. Grenadiers make an unfortunate stop in the middle of the road there, take a lot of damage. But Treadz ultimately overwhelmed. Squad over here, out of combat, so didn't have enough forces to overcome in the center. And good idea there, getting up some sandbags. Making up for all that heavy cover that was denied with all that wire. Rifleman coming around. Gonna go for the fuel point decap. Same story for the Grenadiers. Rifleman have a nice heavy cover position here though. Echelon meanwhile going for the Muni cap. I guess the squad maybe left cover accidentally. I'm not sure what's happening up there for Gena. Riflemen do end up forced away there with the arrival of the MG, and now it's pushing in, going after the Pathfinders who have vetted up very quickly, and this is a risky move. I think if I was Treadz I would have run forwards there and tried to get the kill before the MG suppression kicked in. With that amount of health, you know, they're pretty likely to get sniped off by the Pathfinders. I think I would have gone for that. Grenade in. Slightly off to the bottom side of the squad though. We're behind heavy cover as well, soaking up a good chunk of the damage. The echelon did jump into the building, but they still have that nice heavy cover position. Treadz coming in with the flank from the captain. Grenadiers also have a slightly awkward retreat path. They're running away to the north. A lot of negative cover through this area of the map. Don't want to be retreating through there if possible. Echelon jump out, looking for an extra decap here. Treadz' rifle squad secured the cutoff, now going for the fuel. Not connected though, a lot of decaps right across the map. Late retreat here from Treadz. This could be the end of the rear echelon. Ooh, that was a close call. They just need one more bullet on the road to connect there. Pyro's on the move now. 4 green start from Gena.
Are securing our territory.
Treadz, having lost control of his fuel for such a long time, will delay the anti-air half track. Still about 20 fuel away from that. So that's one good thing about Gena's build. Doesn't really have to worry about the anti-air half track coming in at a super fast timing and getting caught short by going for a late tier 2. Not really going to be a problem this particular game. And jump into the building here, but we got the MG42. We'll force them out quite early before the Grenadiers get forced away. Grenadiers actually backpedaling away though. Maybe they didn't have cover from that angle. Kind of dying so fast it appeared to be the case. I don't play Vilshanka very much, or at all these days, just to avoid the bug where you lose control of your units. I did used to enjoy it quite a lot. Stalling out on the cut-off for as long as they can. Captain hoping for the decap, but 2 Grenadiers shutting that down, and maybe the 3rd Grenadier could come into the retreat path. Be a touch too late. Watch for a rifle nade here. Be very careful. Your echelon are a bit more spread out, but still could have been a strong one. So here comes 222 for Gena. 7.5 minutes, certainly not a fast one. Going for that 4th Grenadier and quite slow on the tier 2 tech production. Slow this down a long way. And Treadz, meanwhile, not even going for a light vehicle. Building a pack howitzer and a 50 cal at this stage. Nothing coming through for the anti-tank grenade. Get the decap on the Muni's point. Gena does have some sight. So 222 pretty safe up here. Don't have to worry about an anti-tank gun coming across from this angle and blasting him. Trying to complete the capture here, but it's a bad fight against the squad inside a building at that range. Cal getting flanked by the MG, but MG getting forced away itself. Grenadiers though do manage to jump on the cutoff and the fuel point. But yeah, this is a generally I'd say a pretty good map for the pack howitzer. Kind of camp it around this area. It's relevant most of the match.
Capture complete. A capture point is under attack.
Pathfinder's getting very low there. 222 doing a lot of damage. It's kind of needs an anti-tank gun to help deal with this. Doesn't have one yet though.
Good to go.
Oh wow, he paradropped one in.
Reinforcements in. Welcome to the death factory.
Alright. Don't see that too often. Does save you, I think, a touch of manpower. Echelon reinforces at 23. So it saves you 50 manpower. Costs you 60 munitions. Does make the anti-tank a little bit more durable as well. Being crewed by re-echelon instead of just the standard weapon crew model, so has that going for it as well, I suppose. But generally I think players, prefer to save their munitions in this commander, maybe look for the P47s later on. Go for weapon racks, grenades. But I don't know that DVM used to do that a bit. Trying to push down the south now, Treadz. Rifleman going to be seen. Do have an LMG Grenadier back here. Looks like he's going to complete the capture, then maybe jump into the building. Re-echelon soak most of the damage, allowing the captain to close the distance. Let's go inside the building, getting roasted by these P-Grens. Oh, that's a horrible retreat path too. P-Grens chasing in, got to look for the wipe as they cross the road. Not going to get it. There's a little bit of a lucky break. Anti-tank gun missing its first shot. Unfortunate. Yeah, it's kind of crazy that Gena has managed to go for 4 Grenadiers as well as a Panzer Grenadier. But I suppose just has the reads, doesn't need the pack. And using that pack manpower for a P-Gren at this timing. for the pack now, because we are starting to hit a medium tank timing-ish. Doesn't have the pack build time bulletin either, so might as well get it a touch early. Got a Talamine up there for Gena. Given that the opponent hasn't gone for any light vehicles, I think I'll be prioritizing LMGs over anti-tank mines, but anti-vehicle mines. We do have a re-echelon sweeper on the field as well, so might get up there at some stage before a vehicle manages to. We have a couple of light anti-tank mines down from Treadz, I do quite like that. Decal getting attacked from multiple angles, having a bit of struggle to suppress. Now getting flanked by the Pyos. Treadz really in some trouble. It's 2-2-2, switching from angle to angle. The anti-tank gun out of action, needs healing. Treadz is, really struggling. Looks like maybe he wants to delay his weapon racks until after he gets his tank out, but he keeps losing control of his fuel. That's slowing things down a lot. His tank gun connects once. Gets behind the building though, no further damage in. And it's going to be pretty tough, playing as USF with riflemen, no bars, no grenades. Outnumbered as well. Good connection from the pack alley. There goes the machine gun. No wipes though. Didn't drop a single model. Close to V1, 0 kills on that pack alley. Switches angles now for this squad inside the building. Phase 2 is complete. Hasn't got the tech structure yet though. We have to cross the negative cover. I think that might be just enough for them to lose this one. Oh, and then another grenadier from the bottom. Treadz late on the retreat. Oh, and down the squad goes. Really tough start here for Treadz, losing that. Maybe wasn't accounting for that second squad to be in the engagement. And that hurt him. Probably from that side of the cover, I would imagine you're still on negative cover. That's why it's dropping so fast. If you're unsure about how cover works in those scenarios, even if you're on negative cover and they're on that side of the cover, then counts as neutral cover, but from this side, if you're on heavy cover, but it's negative cover, it will still be negative cover. Bit of a quirk cover system. Green's closing in, but end up dropping too fast there. Pathfinders managed to hold their ground. LMG Grenadiers though, teaching those Pathfinders a lesson. And Treadz finally has a Sherman in the build. His tank gun missing again. Out of range for any further damage as well. There we go, Pack Alley hitting Vet. Finally got a kill there as well, as a bit of a present. Let's see if the Sherman can turn things around for Treadz. Gena has also got his tech up, but a little bit slow getting the Panzer IV cooking. So this could give a, maybe a 1.5 2 minute window for the Sherman to be quite effective. But it's a tough question, like whether you delay your fuel like 15 fuel, get weapon racks so your squads fight stronger, whether you'll earn that back in terms of territory control. hard to know. This is looking to be a bad situation for Gena here. Long retreat. They evasively around the side of the building. Sherman just has to camp here. You can send the captain up to force the squad away. So it's looking to be a wipe, and that's what Treadz needs to grind his way back into this one, make up for that rifle squad that died. I think this was a mistake though. Driving onto the other side of the building. Captain easily could have handled that. Yeah, gets the kill anyway. Anti-tank gun was heading up in that direction to try cover the retreat path, but isn't really a factor. Squad died way too early in the retreat. Good start for Treadz, but all that stalling did give time for the Panzer IV to pop out, so gonna have to contend with that. Briefly started a second anti-tank gun and cancelled it. An airdrop in the 50 cal, the M1 again.
Get your men covering the approaches.
Oh, and finds the 222 down the bottom here. And knocks it out. Nice and clean. Is that a rear echelon model? Shooting from over there. So it probably knew that there were no telemines, otherwise got to be very careful. You know, this spot, very common telemine positions on this map. Don't really want to get too aggressive unless you're swept. Oh, base inspection with the Panzer IV coming after the ambo kill. Doesn't quite knock it out first shot. Here comes the Sherman. Sherman on high explosive though. Doesn't even manage to jump the medics out of that one. And Sherman very slow on the chase down. I feel like that could have been a Panzer IV kill there, but Treadz not handling that the best. But yeah, that's a good thing about the ambulance these days. If it stays set up, can survive one tank shot inside the base sector. Panzer IV didn't get the kill immediately. Gives a little bit more time to save that ambo. It's so vulnerable. Major artillery. Sherman getting aggressive. Oh boy, but spinning around, firing off some smoke. The second anti-tank gun for Gena. Didn't see that one until now. Sherman on the move. Treadz still with this anti-tank gun decrewed up here. It looks like he's lost another one of his riflemen and the captain. Something died here. Maybe a bundle grenade took down the captain, kind of looking likely. Ouch. Really far behind now. Treadz, no snaring squads as well. It's going to make it very hard to deal with Gena's tanks. Going to have to be on point with these anti-tank gun positions. Pretty close to another Sherman himself though. If that's what he wants to go for. Might kind of need to go for it given that his infantry is lacking anti-infantry firepower itself. Still quite a long way from the Jacks in terms of fuel also. Well, we'll see. Yep, okay, does go for it. Did have the option of maybe going for like a squad of paratroopers and then trying to stall. Out, struggling to suppress here. Panzer is going to try to come around that side. Very clumped up. That could have been a wipe. Pathfinder's complete the capture. Pushed away though. We'll see the pack setting up, so Sherman knows to back away. Tank gun angling. Bouncing, doesn't pop the AP ammo. Ooh. Oh boy, rear echelon. Ow, wow, that Panzer IV getting a nasty hit, and there go the rear echelon as well. This is really a nightmare for Treadz. Has managed to save up enough for the P-47s. I think at this stage he kind of needs a miracle with the P-47s to get back into this one. Just lost so much infantry. Here we go. Sherman coming through. He's dropping the planes. Bounce. Sherman backing away, smoking off the pack. P-47s, he has to get the kill, otherwise... Oh, the second one didn't lock on. Sherman going down, looking for the flank. Smoke out on the pack. Bounce. Uh-oh. This is not going well for the Sherman. Managing to back around behind the building. Second Sherman coming in after that attack, but so is the second pack. Oh boy, and the Sherman connecting with the truck instead of the other Panzer IV. Ooh, but the pack missing. Missing again. Were those attack rounds? Was there some smoke there that I couldn't see?
Armor here.
It seems very unusual for packs to be missing like that. But maybe there was some smoke. Sometimes, you know, if you bring the camera over to an area where there was smoke,
A capture point is
it never
under
spawns
attack.
in as the observer like this. Could have been the case, but that was a close call for Treadz. Nearly lost both of his Shermans. Didn't kill either of the Panzer IVs and spent all the munis on the
We're losing a
P-47s.
capture point.
Doesn't have enough munis for maybe some M1919s either, so it's going to be tough. And I imagine it is going to be M1919s on this map. Or he has double tank guns, doesn't really need the bazooka. Thompsons, I think, could be pretty effective with all this like near cover on retreats with the tactical advance. Could be pretty strong, but I think in this scenario you kind of want long range static engagements. That way the pack Howie can contribute. If you didn't have that, maybe the Thompsons would be a decent option. But still going to be a hard road for those paratroopers to have a long way to go to gain their veterancy so they can really go toe-to-toe with the LMG Grenadiers, already at Vet 3. And G43 Stormtroopers as well for Gena. Interesting choice. Good dodge on the rifle nade there. Treadz only down by around 100 VP, so not too bad overall.
Kill that MG-42 crew.
It doesn't have those P-47s to bail him out next time.
The enemy is overrunning
Perhaps
one
the
of our capture
one
points.
thing that is working in Treadz's favour at the moment, just the one squad for repairs for Gena. Maybe trying to make sure he has enough pop cap for the ace. I'm not entirely sure what he's doing. Definitely should have at least 2 pyres right now. So it does mean that the double Panzer IVs have been off the field for a very long time getting repaired.
Armor ready.
Get 2 on the pack alley there now. Stormtroopers on retreat. We've got the Pathfinders there. They could get some snipes going.
Swing it around. Kill the fire on that AT. We've hit
Need one more shot. There it goes. Okay. Good work there by Treadz, taking down that squad. And it does kind of even things out a bit in terms of pop cap. I know that doesn't look that even right now, but both the tanks are decrewed currently. Firing off a few shots, hoping to catch the Panzer IV. This one not fully repaired, and Tread's going to go for a third Sherman.
The capture point is being overrun.
Yeah, I did play Treadz maybe about 3 weeks ago. He was very good at the Sherman spam with the smokes. The attack round luck was not with me that time, but it makes it so you have to get those attack rounds to connect. See if that works out against Gena here.
There they are. Cover the flank.
Okay, Panzer IV hanging around for a touch too long there, takes quite a lot of damage. Poe's not retreating though, gonna try stick around.
A capture point is under attack.
complete the repairs. But yeah, Gena just flooding way too much at the moment. Finally goes for a second pyro. Pushing into Treadz's area again, perhaps. Got a pack up here in support. Okay, only fire off its barrage. A tiny bit of damage to the pack. Grain still on Treadz. Now down by about 150. Rifle dodged easily. Sherman hiding behind this little bush. Pack from the north getting a couple hits in. Oh, 3P. Green's taking a nasty shot there. Green mech kit's actually a pretty good idea from Gena, honestly. 4 models, low health. Doesn't want to go back to base. Another squad of paratroopers for Treadz. Did get the M1919s on the first set. Trading some shots down the bottom. Eventually backing away. Didn't rotate his double anti-tank guns to the south to try and assist just in case. Leaving them in position in the center. Okay, here comes the Panzer IV, not full health. Anti-tank guns moving into position for Treadz. It backs away just before they can fire off any shots. Triple Sherman now for Treadz. Gena unwilling to pull the trigger on going for another medium. Could leave him a little bit vulnerable at this timing. Some damage on this one. If that was a Vet 2 pack, I think that Sherman would have died just then. Had the rate of fire boost. It's also getting low. Drain staying on Treadz. Close to 200 points behind now. But at least didn't lose any units to that maneuver with his double Sherman tanks. But yeah, I think Gena trying to stall up resources for the ace. Can't quite squeeze in the pop cap, but maybe if he loses a unit or a Panzer IV, he will be able to. Okay, double anti-tank guns coming to the south. Support of this Sherman. We've got the pack nearby. Double packs nearby, in fact. Sherman hiding behind the building though for the moment. Panzer IV not popping the blitz. The double anti-tank guns not setting up for Gena. That was a big mistake. Panzer IV smoking out to safety. They just stayed set up facing that angle. Would have connected probably with 2 shots worth of damage. Staying down here unsupported, not ideal, so backing away now. And because there was a double packs down the bottom, Treadz feels a little bit more bold to come in from the north. Do also have to worry about that Talamine there. Could be a nasty surprise. Second Sherman also in the north. And the other Sherman coming in quite aggressively here. Base inspection action. The double anti-tank guns haven't been well handled by Gena, and Treadz starting to exploit this Sherman on high explosive though. These packs doing some attack rounds. Can't attack round through your own building, mate. Sherman in some trouble. This Panzer IV popped the skirts. Now Sherman really unfavored, but Gena not willing to rely on the armor in the favorable position. Go for the trade. Backs out.
Looks like we're getting
Playing
into
it
the
safe.
excitement.
Go Sherman. Driving around with no crew inside it. Ghost riding the Sherman.
Okay, go ahead.
G43 Peregrines. Okay. The whole blob getting suppressed there. Looks like that's crewed by Pathfinders. So that's why I had such a long line of sight there. I was going to say the G43 Peregrines sort of seen that coming, but they've only got 43 sight range, right? Machine gun catching them right on the edge. And overall, that's really good news for Treadz. Behind that, able to set up the triple cap. This mass blobbing play from Gena. Seems like, you know, as the match has worn on, his level of play has kind of devolved a bit.
Enemy armor is chewing us up.
Just using their double anti-tank guns in one control group, it appears, and
Dealing with the MG.
not particularly effective with them either. Compared to a lot of other games we see at this kind of level. And reluctant to alter the builds, you know, sitting on the resources for a Tiger Ace for such a long time. Unwilling to pull the trigger on perhaps a favourable trade / dive when he could instantly call in the ace, maybe go for a bit of cleanup. And also unwilling to go for like another medium tank or something. Equal out what Treadz is doing. And try keep an advantage. Now Treadz getting aggressive, going hunting for this Panzer IV perhaps. The double anti-tank guns in support. Double packs are in the north, so is the other Panzer IV. So this is quite isolated, this Panzer IV down here.
Target destroyed. Ship fire. Infantry, dealing with the MG.
Go for the kill on the mid bunker, takes that down. Gena though with loads of resources, that's not really an issue for him. Panzer IV meanwhile in the north. Doing some work, double anti-tank guns rotate to face. Oh wow!
We lost an infantry unit.
Close to max range there, unlucky. That was 3 mobs I think as well. Pretty healthy. Oh, Panzer IV down the bottom, isolated. No smoke. Takes another shot now, 1 shot. Tank guns open up on the P4, but no AP ammo. Gena, what's he doing with this Panzer IV? Horrible control on this. Sitting in the arc of those anti-tank guns for 3 full volleys. Even though he didn't pop the AP ammo, still hanging around there for so long that the Panzer IV ends up going down after bouncing quite a few hits. Oh, there go the Pathfinders. No. Oh, yes.
Just lost a unit. Bastards.
And Treadz able to get away with both of the Shermans. Got the ace on the field now, though.
Pathfinders reporting in.
Go for another squad of Pathfinders. Treadz, I guess, really wants that vision from them, and it's a very powerful tool, especially on a map like this where it can be tough to cross the negative cover, even though it's not so much negative cover at the moment with all these craters. But yeah, you don't really want to be caught out on the road as you cross the center. So having sight of that area can assist your attacks a lot. Going to be very helpful with the anti-tank gun positioning as well against this ace. Alright, triple Sherman hit squad. Pretty healthy. Do you sweep that Telemine? Looks like it. Nice work there by Treadz. One area as well where Gena has maybe been a touch lacking in the Telemine department, only having that single pyro for such a long time. Constantly occupied with repairs, doesn't get much Telemine planting. opportunities. Okay, and again, Gena maybe pulling back a touch too early. Perhaps I've got the kill on the Sherman. Major already dropped on the anti-tank guns, going for the cap in the centre. Treadz has definitely stabilised now though. Pretty much at his pop cap limit once all his tanks are recruit. Back how we into the base. Oh, just the regular barrage though. I thought he might be going for the heat. Pretty effective. It can be easy to forget about the heat barrage though, honestly. I know I used to sometime. Now pushing back onto the VPs. Gena still with a pretty big lead. Also pretty much at his pop cap limit now. Maybe squeezing one more pyro-ish. He's got a model drop from one unit. He's getting repaired up here. Hasn't been using the emergency repairs. Could have sped things up and has plenty of munitions in reserve to just spam that ability with. That's full forced away there by the double anti-tank guns, and they're both vet too. Now they've got that good rate of fire. Here comes the ace. Right into where the anti-tank guns were previously though. Getting up to a bad start, missing quite a few shots. Here come the double anti-tank guns. Applying some pressure. We do have the double packs there though. Also well vetted. He's taking quite a few hits, but Treadz not willing to pull the trigger on the AP ammo. I think he's trying to save munitions for the P-47s. Either way, Gena does stay in the arc of those anti-tank guns for a very long time there. Halving hiccups. Oh boy, missed opportunity there for Gena, packing up that pack. I think it could have got one more shot through on the Sherman, since it is vet. So missed opportunity for a kill, and now the Panzer IV hanging around for far too long. Pops smoke. Gets away, but the ace coming back in on low health. Oh, and he's... what's going on? There goes the Panzer IV ace. One shot. Main gun critted, so it can't defend itself. Sherman should be able to clean this up. Pack able to pick off the Sherman in the north. Sherman coming around the side, but the Grenadiers do spot it. Has a little bit of time to react to this. Could pop the emergency repairs.
Gun crew just got wiped out. Crowds are
But
taking
not doing that.
points.
I think by the time, if he popped the emergency repairs early, by the time the Sherman got here, it could have worked, and that does remove criticals. So I think it would have removed the main gun crit. Instead, it's just a sitting duck in the base. Only one Faust as well, so no engine damage here. With the double packs facing this direction, but they don't get any damage done, and now they are getting decrued from their paratroopers in the center. What a horrible collapse from Gena. It's almost like two different players played this game. Such poor control in these late phases. Decrew on the pack again. Poe's looking to jump on it, but they drop a model as they were making their way across, and they don't manage to get a shot through anyway. Gena still with a boatload of resources, hasn't been building anything during this whole fight. What a collapse though. Just pumping out some more Shermans. Finishing off the decrewed anti-tank guns. Both of them going to get killed here. Recrewing the 50. But yeah, Gena's anti-tank gun positioning leaves a lot to be desired. Yeah. Not going for that second pyro, big mistake. Emergency repairs, doesn't seem to know that that exists. The real draws of using the ace, I would say the emergency repair is such a strong ability, especially in this commander where do tend to float a bit of munitions. Might as well use that a lot. Probably could have saved the Tiger if he did. Oh boy.
Tank support is here. Sherman ready.
Now Treadz in full attack mode. Gena hasn't even rebuilt another tank. Looks like he's trying to stall for another ace, but still 25 fuel away from that. That is too much fuel to really be a practical solution here. It's coming into full base inspection, knocking out the med bunker. Gena still has enough resources to rebuild that. Could even come in here with the anti-tank gun. Try and knock out these tech structures. I know that sounds like a meme, but maybe try stop these grenadiers from having access to the Faust. I mean, Gena could have, you know, rebuilt a pack at least, something like that. Still had plenty of manpower spare for the ace. Very confusing. 10 fuel away. He's lost tier 1, but I think tier 2 still gives you access to the Faust as well. And they still have access to it.
Tank support is here. Sherman ready.
That change could probably be reverted though. Ooh, big rifle nade. There go the Pathfinders. And Treadz going for the tier 2 tech structure makes sense. Want to deny both the opportunity to build a pack and the Faust. And there it goes. Doesn't have access to it any longer.
A capture point is under attack.
Here comes the ace, but only one pyro squad for repairs. Maybe not for much longer with the pack how we're cooking. Quad Shermans with double anti-tank guns. This one is getting beamed down by the Grenadiers at the moment. Just continue to whittle down the base. The anti-tank guns getting quite aggressive. No bunkers to zone them out anymore. Not even safe in his own base. Annihilation victory? Oh, no way. The disrespect. And that's it. Annihilation victory. You don't see that very often these days. Wow. What a collapse from Gena, honestly. Yeah, I think just unwilling to adapt the build order. Very late building that second pyro as I was talking. The Panzer IVs just spent way too much time off the front lines getting repairs during that phase. Eventually did get it, but probably like 5 minutes too late. Also denied probably quite a few opportunities to plant a whole bunch of Talamines, which would have been pretty helpful against the very aggressive Sherman play of Treadz. You know, even could have planted one like here. Don't think the rear echelon would have come down and swept in this area and probably would have hit a Sherman. So yeah, anti-tank gun control not the best for Gena as well. Seemed to get overwhelmed during some of these engagements. And yeah, just really locked into building the ace. Instead, you know, maybe could have built like double Stugs, something like that. Another Panzer IV, maybe another squad of pyros, just triple pyros for repairs. But yeah, instead, Gena floating, it was close to like 1,500 manpower at one stage. 20 or so pop cap below the limit. That allowed Treadz a big enough buffer to just overwhelm in the end. GG, good turnaround here for Treadz. It was looking pretty grim. Kind of makes me question though, you know, like going for these paradrop weapons, I don't know if they're that much better. I think I probably would prefer to spend my fuel, getting weapon upgrades, the bars, just saving the munitions for the off maps, the bars. But, you know, they didn't get decrewed, I think, so maybe that is a singing endorsement because the re-echelon have lower target size, harder to hit than the weapon crew, so maybe that did make a difference. Well, anyway, guys, wrap on that. If you like a game to be cast by me, details in the video description below. Otherwise, I'll catch you all for the next thrilling installment. Goodbye and good luck.